You tuned in to J Styles TV. Today I got my man Blasphemy, aka Mr. Sincere. I appreciate you for coming to the show, bro.
Anytime.
So what's up? So tell me a little bit something about yourself, man. What's going on?
Oh man,
From the beginning to the end, man.
Hi. Alright, this rundown real quick. My pops, he's in the military, did like 24 years, so I came up with a pretty good upbringing. Rest of my family, in between, some hustlers, delinquent. You know, we the basic American family, you know, some dysfunctional, still working, you know. For the most part, man, early age, I started running the street, was intrigued by, you know, the hustle little way of lifestyle. Started running the streets, got into some bad things, started robbing cats. By the time I was 15, I did my first little bid at a youth detention center. After that, 18, I got convicted of my first felony on robbery. Did 11 years for that in Georgia. Came back out, man. Now I'm doing the music thing. You know, so what I do now, I go to school full time, studying psychology. You know, working as a motivational speaker. You know, trying to do things for the kids in the community. Other than that, you know, I'm just trying to stay positive and show people this is another way of lifestyle besides running the streets. You know, I made a lot of bad decisions, you know, and I'm trying to show the kids especially that you don't have to do those things, you know. Hip-hop don't have to just be about busting your gun, you know, being a gangster don't have to be about disrespecting old people or your mama or nobody else, you know. Life is real, and it's too short to waste it. You know?
And now that you spoke on that, how do you feel about the Darian Albert situation that went on in Chicago? He was beat down by 4 students, actually like 7 students in Chicago. What's your take on that, and how you feel that lyrics or the lyrics in hip-hop had an influence on that, what the children are listening to?
First of all, I want to clear some things up about hip-hop. All right. As far as hip-hop is concerned, hip-hop is an entertainment. All right. There's no difference between Jay-Z getting on one track and he talking about big pimping, than him getting on another track and saying, I make the song cry. You know, there's no difference from Denzel Washington. You see him in John Q and he's a loving father, and then you see him in Training Day, he's a renegade cop. Right. The thing is, though, is when you allow children to be unchastised, unregulated, underdeveloped by the adult figures, the authority figures in their life that don't sit down and explain, this is only entertainment. Nothing more, nothing less. At the end of the day, when them cameras go off, them videos stop, and this music start playing, these are regular people, just like me and you. You know, the sad fact of the matter is that we allow propaganda in society to use music as the scapegoat. The scapegoat, though, is not the answer. The truth is, it's a deeper problem. It's an inner city problem. It's a problem going on inside our communities when the community leaders are not stepping up anymore. The fathers, the big brothers, the mothers, the grandparents, you know, are not stepping in as positive influences. When you don't step in as a positive influence, you can't look for nothing but devilishment to enter inside your cipher. I mean, there's no other way to explain that. So when you see it, what you'll see is inner city youth are filled with a lot of hatred. Because we're in a world today where we feel like the only way to get ahead is to be a rapper or be a dope boy. Because the chances of you going to college or making it to the pros is slim to none. You know, people play the lottery every day and don't hit. So you got a lot of despair. You got a lot of people, a lot of angry voices, a lot of people crying out for help. And because society and the school systems and the government are writing them off, now you have these children that don't have anywhere to vent except for on themselves and their peers. So that's how you get a situation like Darian, and it's sad, but it's the reality that for one video, now, again, the government does what it usually does. It takes one figurehead scene, you know, and makes it stand out and calls attention to that one situation. But these situations have been happening all over Chicago. These situations have been happening in LA, in New York, you know, all over the country. And now, you know, because somebody got video footage now, Now you want to document because you have to step up and say, well, we're accountable now. You see, so my heartfelt condolences go out to that young man's family, you know, and everyone that knew him. And also, and I hope you don't think I'm saying this the wrong way, but to the young men that did it, because they don't realize now you have ruined your life. Your chances, I mean, a felony for anybody that don't realize, I know firsthand, because I did it. You know, I spent 11 years of my life locked up with brothers that all of them weren't bad, but they made bad decisions. We made bad decisions, and for some of them, they'll never see these streets again. And these young men, 15, 16, 14, 13, your life is gone. You know, the chances of you getting out is like slim to none. And if you do, you don't have any viable job skills, you don't have any social skills. So when you get out, what are you gonna do? So you've been sabotaged again. So my heartfelt condolences goes to these young men too, and hopefully that this can be an example for the rest of the youth.
And you know, it's funny you said that about the community being involved. Actually, you know, to raise, you know, it takes a community to raise a village. It takes a community to raise, you know, the children are youth. And I agree with you 100%, man, because so many times, like you said, people use hip hop as a scapegoat. When the problem is so much deeper, man, like you said, you know, it's not the hip hop they listening to, man. It's they don't have any no type of upbringing, no type of positive upbringing in their life, so they turn to hip hop as, you know, that's what they look at. They turn to hip hop on Lil Wayne as what they look up to, you know, because they can't look up to their father, they can't look up to their mother, you know. So I agree with you 100%. And saying that, how would you describe your lyrics and your music?
Well,
because I listened to a couple of your tracks. You don't have bubblegum music. It's not, you know, it's not Soulja Boy, y'all, which is cool. You know, not down to my boy Soulja Boy. But, you know, that's not. I mean, that's his lane. Right, that's his lane.
That's his lane. That's what he does. I can't do what Soulja Boy do, and I don't think he can do what I do. So as far as an artist, my music, it reflects me as an individual. My upbringing, from the disciplines that my parents instilled into me. The streets and what I learned in the streets, and largely from the Nation of Gods on Earth. I became a practitioner of the Nation of Gods on Earth, founded by Clarence 13X, and it was a movement designed to rebirth self-awareness and understanding within the black man. So that understanding, it spearheaded the cultivation of intelligence in me. You know, and being aware of what you're saying, because the tongue is out, that the tongue is like a sword. You know, it could give life or take life. You know, and you have to be very mindful of everything you say, every energy, every sound, every decimal that enters the universe. Those are energies. You have to be very careful of what you say, because it has a profound effect on people as well. You know, and yourself. So knowledge of self is, you know, the cultivation of man understanding that you overcome that savage or animalistic behavior within yourself. You know, so that's a large part of the reason why my music sounds that way. You know, because I strive to be a civilized man each and every day.
So let's talk about your two singles. Your first single is Ebony. Produced by Shorty Plex.
Columbus on. Shorty Plex. Grease Kids is on the album, man. Make sure you cop that. He's amazing.
Hot track. That's a hot track. So tell me about it, man. What Ebony? Where does it?
Well, for the most part, I'm not a I guess you would call it R&B kind of rapper. You know, I don't T-Pain tracks. No auto tones. You know.
No diss to T-Pain.
No disrespect, T-Pain. I love what you do.
That's your lane, bro.
That's your lane. Again, Ebony is like my recognition of the black woman. The song itself, Ebony, of course, is black. You know, it's a black stone. It's a black gem. So, you know, I use that as in symbolism of the black woman. The song itself is not designed for any one particular woman per se, but it is designed for my first love, my next love, my current love, whoever they may be, the love that you might have, the love that the next man may have, but the appreciation of the black woman.